Hello Year 5 and welcome to Friday's remote learning. So first of all, we've got another game of What's My Number down there with 4 clues for you and flashback 4 about the fractions you did yesterday. Practice using hit the button and doodle maths. Make sure you're doing that regularly. Now Miss Case will be doing this in the Teams lesson over there, adding 3 or more fractions today. So carrying on your work of adding fractions, questions and reasoning problems are there as usual for you to try. Now spelling and handwriting. This week, finish off the week picking on the ones that you found most tricky. Choose 4 of the trickiest you have found this week that you've been trying and use look, cover, write, check and write those 4 in a extended sentence using your best handwriting for that practice. Now in English, I've got some example here of a thing that we know a lot about, the water cycle. So this explanation text is laid out and you can see around the edges there I've put some notes to show you how to write a successful explanation text. On the next slide here we have some kind of ways of opening your sentences. So an opening paragraph would be your introduction paragraph, telling the people what this is about. Now you are writing it as if an animal is explaining to you. So I've used the word Dudley because he's the one in the book. And you can change that to your character. So I know that one of you has got a character called Ludo, for example. Dudley revealed to me that, so you would change that to Ludo revealed to me that the toaster works in using an electrical current, blah, 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 blah. You carry on from these starting points to help explain your invention. So use time conjunctions to sequence your work in order. We've been doing that in reading and we'll be doing a bit more today. Cause and effect, use those words because we've been discussing that in reading as well. Cause and effect, what causes what? That helps you to sequence it and explain it well. So use these as much as you can to sound like the expert you are. Now, talking about reading, it's a Teams lesson with me today. We're going to be doing something called recasting. Now, recasting sounds very grand. It's not really. It's basically when you take something and you change it and put it into a new form. So, for example, have you got your comic from Wednesday? Have you summarized the main plot points? Have you thought about what Thomas is feeling? Then you are ready to write in role as Thomas. Now your job is to log on to FriendFace, which is a brand new social network that I invented just for this. And you've got to go and speak to your friend Izzy Gizmo. She goes to school with you. Your name is Thomas, of course, and you're going to recount the main events, just the main events of what happened to you in the last 24 hours. As you can see, in assignments today, you will see something that looks like that, but there's many more spaces for you, Thomas, and Izzy to speak to each other. So I've thought of an example here. Izzy, you'd never guess what happened to me yesterday. I went to help my granddad in the garden and I plucked a fruit from a tree. Tom, that doesn't sound that interesting. Isn't that kind of where fruits are meant to come from? Why do you message me at midnight telling me that? Is this like the goat in the field you saw once? So you can see there, you can play with the accents in your head. Now, obviously, what you're trying to do is explain how Thomas is feeling throughout, and you've been thinking about that, obviously, yesterday. So try and make it burst off the page, and you will see that in assignments today. You will be able to edit it and just write straight onto it. You don't need to draw it out, so don't worry. Please do one thing for me, though. Don't write in text speak and emoticons. Yeah, don't want LOL, heart, emojis, things like that. No, we don't. Proper English, please. Thank you. Now, PHSE money. These are the 4 ways that people pay for things in the UK. Did you know that? If you didn't, read them up. These are the 4 ways. Which ones do you use? Which ones do your parents use? Don't worry, you don't have to tell them. Now, what's going on is we're learning about money and the way it affects our lives because, believe it or not, it's a big part of your life. Watch this video below, see if you can match up the bubbles there, what debit card is, what it looks like, match them up if you can. And I want you to try and fill in this over here. Now, the 4 main ways that you pay for something, there are advantages and disadvantages for each. So what might you pay for using cash? Why do you think you would use it? That kind of thing. And then try and fill out this form here. We're going to start a larger conversation about money and how it affects our lives daily. Over the next few weeks. So please just start to think about the way we pay for things and how money works. Okay, so the answers to yesterday's maths are here and here and here. And there is the schedule for this week. And it won't change next week except for Friday, I believe. But there'll be more messages coming to you from school soon. See you later.